Good Wednesday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. I'm your meteorologist, Joseph Peterson. Let's go in and talk about the weather for your Wednesday. We have some stuff that we are going to be talking about tonight. What are those things? What are those things you may be asking? Well, number one, before we get into that, I want to say first off, if you have not hit the like button yet, go in and do so. We are at right now four people have tuned in and 4 likes so far. So it seems like the majority of everybody has. But if you have not hit the like button yet, go on and do so. That, and then also, if you have not hit the subscribe button yet either, if you have not hit the subscribe button, go and hit that. And then also hit the share button, share with all the people that you know. We are at 622 subscribers, 622, trying to get to that main goal of 700. We are 78 away. We are 78 subscribers away from that main goal. So let's go in and get there. Also, it's Wednesday evening, so you know what that means. We have made it halfway through the week. Made it halfway through the week. We just got Thursday. Not really Thursday, because I'm pretty sure that pretty much almost everybody's off tomorrow. Thursday, and then also Friday as well. But again, some people probably will be going back to work on Friday. But just Thursday and Friday left to go, and we will be at the end of the work week. So starting off, though, what are we going to talk about tonight? We will talk about our current conditions, what's currently going on throughout the state. We also will talk about our weather for tonight. And then we also will talk about the tropics some more. We'll talk about we'll talk about our future in terms of their short-term or long-term future. We also will potentially be talking about some condition that has to do with our cooling down. We talked about it yesterday, about how we're going to have some cold, freezing temperatures coming by, potentially. And so we're going to go on and talk about that as well. But starting off, what's currently going on throughout the state of South Carolina as we speak? Right now, nothing is going on. We're nice and dry out here in the state of SC. But if we go on and look at what's going on throughout the entire U.S., we have rainfall that goes on all the way from New York to New Hampshire to Vermont to New York, or Maine as well. And then also we have some rainfall going on over there inside of Kansas, inside Nebraska, inside of Florida, even inside of Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. Snowfall also going on inside of Wisconsin, the UP of Michigan, Ohio, and other parts of Pennsylvania as well. Now, in terms of our cloud cover right now has some cloud cover in the low country, in the PD, the Grand Strand, even parts of that area as well. And even the southern Midlands getting on some of that cloud cover right now. And so we are looking at that. Everyone else, though, for the most part, looking kind of clear. Looking quite clear right now. But it looks like that we will definitely still see some more cloud cover as we continue through the nighttime. You want to push this forward, you can see how that cloud cover makes its way even up into the southern upstate as well as we continue into tonight. And then even if you go all the way into tomorrow morning, cloud cover inside of the upstate, also inside of the upstate, inside of like other states like Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee. And then it kind of moves its way off all the way through. And then we actually start to see pretty clear as we go into tomorrow night as well. It's tomorrow night that we're seeing nice and clear. Some fog up there in the mountains. But for the most part, we stay clear until we get into around Friday night right here. Friday night, some more cloud cover could potentially try to move through. But for the most part, it looks like that cloud cover will stay more likely on like the more western side, not too much on the eastern side as much. But we'll get to there. We'll get there when we get there. Next up, what's going on in terms of current temperature? 60 in Columbia as well as 59 in Orangeburg, 61 in Somerville, and even around 63 in Georgetown, 64 in Murray's Inlet as well as 64 in Myrtle Beach, 61 inside of Conway, and even around 53 up there inside of Union, 50 in Spartanburg, 50 also inside of Greenville, Clemson, 52 in Anderson, 59 inside of Aiken, and 64 in Charleston. We also do have around 65 in Beaufort, and even around 65 down there near Hilton Head Island. Low temperatures for tonight, Yes, these are actually low temperatures for tonight. 33 Greenville, 35 inside of Spartanburg, and even around 37 in Columbia, 39 in Orangeburg, and 40 in Walterboro. We even have around 47 in Charleston, 43 in Georgetown and Moncks Corner, even around 45 in Myrtle Beach, 47 in Hilton Head Island, even 37 near Barnwell in Aiken. If you go into high temperatures for tomorrow, yes, these are high temperatures here as well. 52 Greenville, 52 Spartanburg, even around 53 in Rock Hill, 54 in Winsboro, 57 in Columbia, 56 Camden, 57 also inside of Sumter, and 56 inside of Kingstree, 57 in Moncks Corner in Georgetown and Myrtle Beach, even 60 in Charleston, 61 Hilton Head Island, and 59 in Walterboro, 56 in Aiken. Rainfall for tonight, what do you look at right now? No precipitation is expected as we go throughout tonight and tomorrow as well. So it looks like a dry Thanksgiving is on the table. Dry Thanksgiving seems to be on the table. Even if you go into the crazy score for tonight, we're at a 28. Why? Well, for the most part, dry conditions. There's going to be some rapidly falling temperatures. As temperatures will drop from the 50s and the 60s this evening, and we will drop all the way into the mid 30s. And so you already saw the low temperatures for tonight and exactly what I was talking about in terms of those temperatures being back down in the 30s. So we're going to have a huge drop in temperatures tonight. We will have, still some clear, for the most part, cloudy and maybe still some a bit windy conditions, but for the most part, not really seeing too much there. And so that's why we have that risk. Now, if we go into our SPC outlook, what do you notice here? No thunderstorms are expected as we go into tonight. Same thing for tomorrow, and as we go into Friday, nothing is expected here either. So we're good in terms of severe weather. Excessive rainfall, exact same thing. No excessive rainfall is expected. So let's go in and look at the models. So we're going to start off here at 9 o'clock p.m. as we start off with every time. Going and push this forward into tomorrow. Nice and dry. Not really expecting anything in terms of rainfall, even as you go into Friday. Friday looks nice and dry as well. So we're having a nice dry 48 hours or so. We continue even further into the future. That will continue until we get to around like the 30th, that last day of November. We've been talking about this last day of November ever since like the middle to even the early part of this month. We've been talking about like these last couple of days of November potentially being, a pretty big storm system that may have tried to move through. And now, honestly, it doesn't look like that anymore. Obviously, it looks more like just like a little cold front. Well, a cold front, actually, a pretty strong cold front, but the rainfall isn't there until you get into around like December the 2nd. Here we got a big storm system, big cold front moving through as you go through around like the 2nd and the 3rd. And then maybe even another cold front again as we go just a couple of days later. Then as you continue your way all the way through the 7th, the 8th, is that another cold front right there? Honestly, it almost seems like it is again on the 9th. These are just cold fronts back to back to back, just over and over again. That's what I was talking about. And here's again on the 12th, another cold front bringing its way through. And so you can even go on and look at the dew points as well. Go on and look at the dew points and see what they show. Right here, you can see there goes the first cold front that passes tonight. Another cold front again on around like December the 1st. Another cold front on the 3rd. Another cold front on the 5th. Another cold front on the 9th. And then another one coming in on the 12th. So just these back to back to back to back to back cold fronts that keep on coming through. And so we're going to see that over and over and over again. Now, some of them may be dry, and some of them, may be more on the more active side. And so which one will it be? Well, obviously, this goes over this span of almost 400 hours at this point. So, right now I think that it's too far out for some of these, for sure. But you can just see the amount of cold fronts that we try and get as we go all the way throughout the next 300 to 400 hours or so. And so that's just showing you, I talked about it, about how this cold air that we will receive we will be shivering. I said we will be shivering due to this cold air. I'm trying to come through. And in terms of exact temperatures as well, exact temperatures for the most part show us being inside of, freezing temperature land, which is, again, something that I'm not really too shocked of. I mean, we talked about this last night. Temperatures down in the 20s for a lot of us. Temperatures down inside of the, even the high 30s near the coastal areas. And then we see some more freezing temperatures again on the 29th here, which is, I believe that's Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's Saturday right there. I mean, you're seeing freezing temperatures on Thanksgiving night going to Black Friday that morning. You see it going into the day after that as well. And then you see that continue through. Now, we try to warm up a little bit more, but like I said, another cold front tries to move through. And then we get back on that warm train, and we stay there for a good little bit. Still get into the 50s a little bit, but these cold fronts that come through, they're after the one that's about to pass us tonight. They're not really showing that much of a freezing temperature aspect to it. And so, will we have those freezing temperatures? Right now it's too far out. Things can change for sure, but I mean, if I go, here's the 7th right here. See a cold front passes here, or at least attempts to. It's not as strong as the other ones. Not as strong as the other ones. Or at least some cold air tries to come through with it. And so, you can even see this one right here comes through. Now, this one on the 12th, as we go into like the mid part of December, that one might have to be something that we might have to look out for. But for the most part, the only really freezing temperature that I really see is going to be like on in the 30s, the 20s. And that will be for like tomorrow night going into Friday and Saturday. But that's all I really have to say for the long term. Cold temperatures are on the way. Will we warm back up? Absolutely. But right now it's looking like cold air will be the story as we continue out the rest of this week. Now for the tropics. Tropical cyclone activity is not expected as we go throughout the next 7 days. So we are good in terms of tropical cyclone activity as we go throughout the next 7 days. Nothing going on in the drought world. Same thing with the earthquake world. Nothing going on here. So let's go on right now and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what the audience has to say for tonight. Starting off, Mr. Chris is here first. Says, good evening, everyone. Hope you had a great day. I did. Thank you so much for asking. Please remember to go and hit the like button and the subscribe button if you have not already. Also share. He's absolutely correct. Right now, we have 622. We are 78 subscribers away from that main goal of 700. So let's go on and get there if you have not hit the subscribe button already. He also says, was very nice in Monk's Corner, and this afternoon a little drizzle. And it started getting cold. It didn't really get too cold over at my house. It's still, my thing right now still says around 61 degrees, so not cold. And actually, I believe I checked earlier, and we were in, the 70s? The high 70s? 78 degrees is what I got as my high temperature for today. So, it didn't really get too cool. My dad says, hello, Jay, a cloudy, sunny, off and on day. Well, thank you so much for that weather report for where you are. Mr. Michael comes in and says, happy Thanksgiving Eve, South Carolina. Hopefully everyone enjoys family and an amazing Thanksgiving meal. I will. Hopefully everyone else does as well, and same thing to you. Mr. Chris says, just check my temperature here in Monk's Corner, and it's 60. Mine says 61, so it's getting down there. And then Thad says, good Thanksgiving Eve, family. I trust all as well. It was very beautiful fall day here in San Antonio. Well, that's great to hear. Glad that you had some beautiful weather over there for where you are. And that's all I can see here in terms of the chat and the audience. So if you want to go in and leave something inside the chat, you can. You just have to be a subscriber of the channel because if you are not a subscriber, you will not be able to type. So make sure that you go on and do so. let's see what's going on throughout the 4 locations that we talk about outside of South Carolina. You might be asking, what 4 locations am I talking about? I'm talking about San Antonio, Texas, Raleigh, North Carolina, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and Duncan, Oklahoma. The reason why we talk about these 4 areas is because we have people from these areas who tune in almost nightly, and because they tune in almost nightly, we go on and talk about their forecast for them because they still show their support even though their location is not the main one being talked about. So starting off with San Antonio first, as we always do, low temperatures tonight at 47, high temperatures tomorrow at 65, low temperatures tomorrow night at 54. No precipitation is expected at this time. Severe weather or excessive rainfall, nothing is expected. For Raleigh, North Carolina, you have low temperatures tonight at 39, high temperatures tomorrow at 52, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 31. Precipitation tonight, tomorrow, nothing there. Severe weather, excessive rainfall, nothing there. For Philadelphia, low temperatures tonight at 37, high temperatures tomorrow at 44, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 30. No precipitation is expected tonight. Severe weather, excessive rainfall, nothing is expected. Then for Duncan, low temperatures tonight at 33, high temperatures tomorrow at 57, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 35. Precipitation is not expected at this time. And excessive rainfall, severe weather, nothing is expected here either. So what's going on throughout the entire U.S. weather news-wise? Again, that's it for those 4 areas. Very quick. Heavy lake effect snow and gusty winds, including some local blizzard conditions, will continue into Thanksgiving Day across the Great Lakes and then even lingering through Friday night for the Lakes Erie and Ontario. Confidence is increasing for another winter storm to development over the northern central Rockies Friday and track across the Central Plains through the Midwest and the Great Lakes this weekend. That we are still seeing, like it said, those blizzard conditions all the way from northern Wisconsin to the UP of Michigan. Some wind advisories are out for Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, the Appalachian Mountains of North Carolina, and Virginia. Those are out. And then some dense fog still possible. As we go all the way through from Redding, California, down towards Stockton and Modesto and Sacramento. And so that's for the dense fog advisory. I don't know when in the world. It says in effect from midnight tonight to 11 a.m. PST Thursday. I mean, because they've had a dense fog advisory pretty much almost like every day at this point. Every night at this point. So they've had a lot going on there. That's all that I pretty much have for tonight. Going to be a cold Thanksgiving. I saw somewhere where somebody said, or in the discussion, it said that this could potentially be one of the coolest Thanksgiving that we had in a little bit. I mean, with high temperatures being in the 50s and then freezing temperatures the night of as well. So this could be one of the coldest Thanksgiving we've seen in a hot minute, especially if you're inside of the upstate. So make sure that you're prepared for that. And so that's about all. So make sure, go and hit the like button if you have not already. 11 people have tuned in so far and only 8 likes. If you are a part of that 3 that have not hit the like button yet, going to do so. And subscribe, 622, trying to get to 700. Share with all the people that you know, family, friends, acquaintances, people that you sit down tomorrow with at the Thanksgiving table. Just share it to them. Share it to them as well. If you need a conversation to think of, share with them the channel. Definitely is something that they should do, especially if they live in the state of South Carolina. And that's all. So I will be back tomorrow morning, Thursday morning forecast update, Thanksgiving morning forecast update. And despite tomorrow being Thanksgiving, we will still be here tomorrow night, Thanksgiving night. We will still be here tomorrow morning and tomorrow night. So just because it's a holiday, we don't stop over here. So we'll do that. And then we'll have our drought monitor tomorrow as well. And that's all. So everyone have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday. I'll be back tomorrow. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday evening.